What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Huga Core Podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Huga. This is my co-host,
it's your boy Flu,
and welcome to another episode. Man, we got a lot to talk about.
No, it might just be the Huga Core Podcast now, but we got a lot of anime this episode.
That's true. That's true. We do have a lot of anime.
Going back to the roots.
I do want to talk. Indeed, I do. There's a couple game things I want to talk about. Though,
there's a
but
lot.
We'll
There's a lot of other. There's some other things.
Yeah,
there's some other things.
Most definitely.
But there is also a focus.
Indeed, quite focused. Indeed. I guess we'll get started with Jobless Reincarnation this season has been, in my opinion,
Opium.
Yeah, it's been in my opium. It's been pretty lit, dude. Honestly,
I know you've been liking it.
I've been liking it. I mean, I'm sure you might have an objective opinion, but I've been liking it because I haven't seen very many animes that have been like not scared to address like real issues with men. Is what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? Rudius's depression, men being able to actually be hurt by women type of thing. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's not, I'm not trying to be soft or shit or any type of thing, but I'm just saying like this shit does happen. And this anime is kind of addressing that and kind of addressing the different things that can happen from that. Because heartbreak happens to men too, bruh.
They do.
You know, women act like we just out here, just breaking hearts, bruh, but it happens to both sides.
I do.
And so, the effects of Miss Grey Rat here, as you can see, is definitely long-term so far. So, let's see here. Where do I want to start?
Can I just say something really quick?
Absolutely.
Because you just said something very, very important.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why can't we just have a boy be happy in an anime? Every time. No. Here's the thing. You're talking about unique. What would be unique to me is if it actually went well.
Oh.
For once. I don't know. There's always somebody getting screwed over somewhere.
Yeah.
Just unfortunately, usually the guy. But you're right. I agree with you on that. It's just unfortunate that it has to happen. I would say maybe more than once.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. So let's start. Let's
get
start.
back to what you were saying.
I'm going to start in the beginning. Let's start. So in the beginning of all things. In the beginning of the season, he's down, he's depressed, and he's inside the wagon, basically transporting from one area to another area, and he ends up meeting Arrow, Broken Arrow, Straight Arrow, Gray Arrow, whatever the fuck they're called. Counter Arrow. That's what they're called. And he meets them, and he's doing quests with them, and they're trying to be nice to him and trying to lift his spirits and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I didn't like that fucking guild at all. I didn't like, bro. Sorry, bro. I didn't like him since the beginning because number one, I'm going through some shit, and you don't even know who the fuck I am. Don't tell me how I'm supposed to react and how I'm supposed to feel about shit and how I'm supposed to talk to people. Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So then he gets with Count Arrow, and they start doing shit. And he's basically like, once he showed them that he was powerful, I felt like they were just using him at that point to like build the rep for their guild, their guild because their party because they were trash cheeks, bro. Like you trying to tell me that the kids with they had a superb, but they were out here fucking dead end was doing gangster shit, fighting all this shit, and you motherfuckers can't do it. You guys are adults. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
There's a thing to arrogance, Joe. Not just in anime, but in real life. You're talking about this anime embraces real life issues a lot of the times. This is another one of those issues. Arrogance, a lot of the times, brings, your dog shit. You might think you're cool.
Yeah.
You might think you know what you're doing.
Hey.
But I'm here to teach you a thing.
Indeed.
And that's what Rudius does. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's nice to see the change in demeanor.
Yeah.
I guess when like you said, when he shows them how strong he really is, and they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, no, hey, come on over here, boy."
Yeah. Hey, we can. We're going on another quest.
Matter of fact, we're going this way. You want to come with us?
One thing I did like, I think that you brought this up one time in previous conversation, but Paul. It's good to see Paul's effect on him, and what I mean by that is,
like you're talking about when he was first growing up, or after he met him the second.
So after him and Paul got into a fight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right, and Paul was like, "You've been off doing this shit, but you haven't cared about your family." The whole time Rudius was doing what he's doing now is traveling city to city, raising his name so that hopefully it reaches his mom or something like that, right? Which is how Elenise Dragon Road found him, right? But what I'm talking about with the effect on Paul, with the Paul effect on him, he's actually doing that now. He's not actually adventuring. He's got a goal, right? He's looking for his mom. He's learn about the teleportation. He's learning about these things, and he's doing things in a goal to do those things. You know?
Yeah, he has said that his goal is to find his mom now. Yeah. So, you're right. That's a good point.
And even when the counter arrow tried to ask him to do things, he's like, "Nah, I'm doing stuff on my own.
I got something to do already."
Yeah, I got to do this on my own because I need to build my own rep. You know what I mean? So I like that. Now let's get into the issues of season 2. Like, now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, damn, that's only a couple episodes, but dude, that's a lot of shit happens in those fucking episodes.
We got like how many?
Because we haven't even talked about
9 episodes in. 10 comes out this Sunday. Episode 10 comes out this Sunday.
Yeah.
At the time of recording. And I think we have like 23 or 25 episodes to come in this season. So we've got a lot to come still. And I feel like they're not that they're slowing down, but there's a lot of it's only season 2. So I'm not trying to say there's something to be worried about, but it feels like we're getting back to, is it 2? 3? 3.
Because I had the box set of 1 and 2.
3. Yeah. And I feel like it's getting back to the slow pace story building or getting up to something. I don't know. It's just when you have that many episodes, which I like. I love it when we have a lot of episodes. I hate it when we have 10, 12 fucking episodes because they try and cram too much shit together. But at the same time, when we have 25, I feel like they try and space too much shit out sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like we might be getting to that point.
Okay.
Middle of the season, we might have like 3 or 4 episodes where it gets really slow with some of the story. But a lot of backstory, a lot of character building. A lot of fun stuff. I love the way that they're advancing, like in the years, and all that. That's really cool to see too. That's really unique as well. I feel like with this anime.
Yeah, before we get into time skip. No, you're right. The time skips. Yeah, because
I know we've said that before, but
but I agree with you. I think it's a valid point that needs to be addressed because we talk about when it started, he was a baby. I mean, like he's talking. What's his name? I was a baby.
He was a baby,
and we watched all of that from baby to middle school, like
6, 7, and
kindergarten type shit, like all the way to like he's like I think he's like 16 now.
I think 16, 17.
16, 17 now.
I think he's 17. I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
So,
but we've seen 17 years progress, and it's even though they're skipping that time, it doesn't feel like you've missed a ton.
Right.
The only thing I'm a little disappointed in is in 17 years. When I've talked to you about this.
Yeah.
We saw what he did before, I think episode like 8 or 9 of the first season with Roxy.
Yeah.
And, he's summoning the storm.
The S-class, the graduation rank spell thing.
That was at least 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I think.
Minimum. Yeah, minimum.
How has he progressed? Show me how he's progressed from that.
Well,
we've seen a little bit.
Yeah,
we've seen flashes.
Right, because I want to talk about that, but I'm just gonna.
We'll get into it.
But I'm just gonna step it back a little bit. But I do want to talk about that. I do want to talk about that. Counter arrow. So he goes. So the thing that pisses me off about counter arrow, the thing that makes me mad about this shit, right, is the fact that like, to me, it felt like counter arrow was always like, you kind of owe us type of thing. Because like, they go out on the thing, they got lost in the fucking snowstorm, their team was fucking dead, and they're like, oh, well, we'll go look at them after the storm clears. You know what I'm saying? And they told, but it's not that it happened, it's how they told Rudy. It's like, oh, well, I guess motherfuckers is lost out there, we'll just have to go and get, like, you brought it to him like, hey, if you can do anything about it, we'd appreciate it type of shit. To me, it felt like like when a girl says she wants some of your fries.
Yeah, well, trying to guilt him into it. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you know how like you go to McDonald's and you get yourself some fries or something.
Oh,
nobody eats at McDonald's, but I like the fries.
Yeah, they got
bomb fries.
Yeah.
And then like your girlfriend's like, "Oh, you got fries?" That's not saying she's not surprised that you got fries. She wants some fries.
I'd say I'd go so far as to say, Joe, it's one of the situations where you ask before buying, hey, you want some food? You want some fries? She's like, no, I don't want anything.
Yeah.
Knowing that she's going to be taking your food later. She's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Because she knows she's getting a handful later.
Right.
So you get just for you. Next thing you know, half your shit's gone.
Counter
arrow.
That's kind of how I feel about them. So then he goes and he saves her, right? Mm-hmm. He goes, well, funny is, first thing he's like, oh, snowstorm, disperse.
Yeah, that's cool. That was nice to see.
Yeah, his manipulation of magic.
He can still do it.
He's like, turn that shit off. So then he goes out there and he finds old girl and he beats the monster easily. Wasn't even a thing. And then now she's like, hey, like, look, you know I'm always down for the fucking.
You be down for the fucking.
You know I'm always down for the fucking, homie. You know that, right? And she's blonde. She doesn't fit my type though. She gotta have twin tails, and she's not rich enough.
She's halfway there. Yeah,
she's not rich enough. She's not rich enough. You gotta be twin tails with money, and you gotta That's my type. That's my type right there. Or an albito. It's either that or it's like that or an albito. Those are my types. But anyways.
Yeah.
So so he says. So now she's like, oh, I feel entitled type thing, right? So they go on like a bullshit date, which I thought the date was all right, but I didn't need to see an episode for that, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I'm happy, like you said, I'm happy we get episodes, but I didn't need to see an episode for that.
Yeah.
So then they do that, and then she finally gets drunk. Well, first of all, it's stupid that she had to get drunk and they had to drink and all that shit. But then they go to Rudius's room and she's about that life, right? Obviously, my man Rudius is going through things. He was when you met him. He's been the entire fucking time, right? And so you try to do things, and my man Rudius can't get it up, okay? Now, he tells her, like, yo, I'm sorry, my bad. You know what I mean? Like, nothing I can do. Mm-hmm. This bitch has the nerve to say, oh, well, I didn't like you like that anyway. I was just trying to repay you. Leaves my man. That's like, because here's my thing. Like, I was arguing with Danny. Danny, if you're listening to this, I don't give a fuck. You can get on the show. Come on the show if you got an opinion. Come on the show. But my thing is, if you really knew him like that and you were trying to make, whatever, then you would know that he's going through some shit. You ain't never asked him anything about what he's going through or anything like that. You ain't try to get to know him. You got Counter Arrow, in my opinion, basically used him to do what they want. He saved your life, so you try to give him some ass. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying don't complain.
Time and a place.
Like time and a place, and
don't complain about it.
He was going through shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ask him how he was. You just got immediately mad because my man couldn't get it up. So then she says something mean to him and fucking leaves, right? And I'm like, man, fuck you, bitch. He saved your life. You should be like, oh, I appreciate it. I get it. Like, maybe now's not the time type of thing. But don't be a fucking dick to him. The man saved you. You'd be dead right now if it wasn't for him. Right? You know what I'm saying? There would even be
really cold right now.
They'd be really cold. There would be no interaction for this whatsoever. Yeah. Right? So then, obviously, he goes and hangs out. He goes to the bar, and because he's just like, fuck, man, my life just keeps getting worse. He goes to the bar, and he's drinking, and old boy shows up.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is. Peter, maybe? Is
Paul,
his name?
Or,
it's not Paul.
No.
Fuck's that guy's name? Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. And he's like, he had said slick shit to Rudius before.
Can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name either, but he said slick shit to Rudy before. But Rudius was drunk and kind of laid into him and kind of what his feelings were and kind of shit he was going through, right? And what made me laugh was old homeboy's like, bro, my bad. I didn't even know it was that bad.
Hey, bro. If I'd have known.
If I'd have known, dog, I wouldn't have bullied you. I'm sorry, dog. I didn't know. I didn't know it was that bad, bro. Yep. Hey, I fucked with him, though, because he's like, hey, bro, you know what, man? Hey, let's go get this shit figured out, dog. We'll go drinking. We'll go whoring. Whatever we got to do, bro. Let's go get this shit figured out. And I was like, all right, I bang with him, right? So, they go and do the stuff, and they go to the whorehouse, and they go drinking. And funny enough, the chick that the daughter, or the little girl that he hit in the snow when he was trying to build his name, he healed her knee. Her sister works at the whorehouse.
Mm. Yeah. Well, how convenient.
How convenient. So she's like, I got you, no problem. You took care of my sister, whatever. Yeah. She's like, they came out, bro. She's like, my man's got a extreme emotional stress. He's like, he's scared of women. There's nothing I can do. I tried everything, and I can't do anything. And my man, whatever his fucking name was like, oh, shit. Like, damn. She's like, he's been deeply hurt by women. So, so he's like, all right, bro, so they hang out, whatever. There's the part right now that fucking drives me insane. They're done for the day. Basically, he's been out with them. He's been drinking and stuff.
Right.
And he's venting to old boy in the street. Mm-hmm. About, you know what? Thanks, man, for taking me out. Fuck that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she didn't, yeah. Like, if, like boys normally do when you go out with the boys and you're trying to recover from something and you're venting. Boys or girls, if you're going out and you're trying to recover from something, And she hears him and it's like, oh, well, fuck you then type thing. Like, I was going to come back and apologize. I already told what's her name, our business, which is completely out of line. And then she's like, oh, that was out of line that you said that you wanted bigger chicks with bigger titties and shit like that, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, that was out of line. You hurt her feelings. And Rudis is like,
here we fucking go
like,
again.
Fuck, man. And she throws the dagger they went shopping for. Mad disrespectful. My man Rudis tries to kill himself instantly. Did you see? Remember that? My man picked up the knife. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. And old boy slapped that shit out. It's mad smooth. Yeah. Mad smooth. Hey, fuck out of here, bro. Hey, it's not worth that, man.
Hey, it ain't that serious.
My man said, bitches ain't worth your life. Don't worry about that, dog.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Come on now.
Hey, I know the song, bro. Like, I'm the nuts suck the dick, bro. I know the song, bro. I do know that song. Anyways, I haven't heard that song in forever.
It's been a minute.
But anyways, so then he said, "Hey, join my party and stuff."
Yeah,
and then to me, this is where the season starts getting really good. What were your thoughts about that whole section right there for that season?
It was all right.
Was I wilding out? Oh, do you think I'm wrong in my opinion? Was I wilding out?
Not necessarily. I'm over it. Mm-hmm. Like, I started watching this for the action and everything, and I've just been drawn into this 3-season love triangle, square, hexagon, octagon, however many fucking people are in this thing now.
An octagon of depression.
Yeah, indeed. And just my man getting fucked around for 2 of those 3 seasons at least now. So, I don't know. I was all right when they got together and everything, and I was like, okay, cool. So now they're together. Now they're going to start kicking ass, all this other stuff. Making their way through. Yeah, making their way through the. It
was like a cave thing, right?
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I like it. It's just a little. You know me. I like action. I don't like this drama shit.
Yeah.
So, and if there's going to be drama, I like it to be comedic, not fucking depressing.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit is depressing, dog.
I don't know. I've always been a mind over matter guy. Just fucking deal with your shit and get on with it.
I know, man.
Stop bringing that shit down.
I feel you, bro.
I don't want to deal with this.
Not everybody's built like that.
I don't want to deal with this the entire season.
Well, right.
That's my thing. It's like
but that's the good news.
Yeah, I know. But it's got to progress. Like this, something's got to come out of this that improves him or the story.
Sylvie.
Yeah, that's probably what it'll be.
Sylvie.
But
there ain't no way he's not fucking Sylvie.
Yeah, well, no.
There's no way that's not going to happen. And I guarantee, because look, Man God, whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, he always puts him in a direction and says, this is what you have to do. But the truth is, it's not that he has to do. That it's always what results of that, which ends up helping him. Every single fucking time. And I think that it's going to be Sylvie. Because he told him, go there to learn about teleportation. And you'll fix your ED. See, he didn't tell him that Sylvie's going to be in there. Mm-hmm. And Sylvie told him about teleportation.
Indeed.
You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, look. All right, bro, I'm going to say something controversial to my normal opinion. I love Elise Dragon Road. Okay?
Yeah,
the elf chick.
Yeah.
Okay? I am a huge fucking fan. Okay? Right? But damn, bitch, you got to fuck everybody? Like it's kind of like I'm like, yeah, you kind of pushed it to the limit this time. Like you fucking his guildmates, you fucking the people that he worked with at the thing, you fucking the motherfuckers he's doing the dungeon party with, like all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, "Hey, bro, we're sorry that that's your girl, dog." Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, "She's not my girl."
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, girl, you have a curse. I feel that, but like moderation, bitch. Like you literally fuck every single person in the whole fucking bar tavern thing. Like, come on, girl.
Yeah.
Man, but I like her, but damn, bro. Damn.
Yeah, I don't need that in my anime.
That shit wild, bro. To me, I was like, my poor guy, I guess it's just torture for Rudius. My man Rudius couldn't do anything, you know, like it's just hearing it and can't work. Poor Rudius. But anyways, she tried to fuck Rudius too. That was funny.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Rudius getting buff. Shout outs to Rudius with Hercules and whatever the fuck his other name is, his bicep is that he's working with. I like that type of progression. My man said, "I'm a mage, but I'm gonna get strong," and he's practicing sword, which is good.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So damn, we could do a whole episode on fucking Jobless right now.
Well,
there's so much.
9 episodes out already. I mean.
Well, right. There's so much.
There's a lot.
I do like the magic school.
Yeah?
I do.
Okay.
But there are things I don't like.
Which are?
Let me tell you about what I do like first.
Okay.
I like that there is a school for magic. I like that they enrolled him basically as like a do whatever the fuck you want student because his magical and mana is so high and stuff. Yeah. All that stuff. I like that. Because that's the way it should be. If you're advanced, you should have to go through stupid shit.
Absolutely.
I like that. I like that. I like that he kind of gets to do what he wants day to day. But I do like that he still keeps his routine and he's working out and he's running and he's doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
There, I like that. Now I like that he's benefiting from this and he's meeting different people but they tied the Beast tribe together because she's like, "Oh, I'm from that village." He's like, "Yeah, I know you're fucking chief."
Yeah.
They had me fucking hemmed up in a fucking thing naked for
a
month.
Yeah, that was a while.
For like a month. I was naked in a basket for a month. I know exactly who your chief is.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, where'd you learn blah blah Gilsane?" Oh shit, you know Gilsane?
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I like that they tied all that together. Yeah. I'm like, I like that shit.
That was cool, yeah.
What I don't like though, what I don't fucking like, and what drives me absolutely fucking crazy, bro, is motherfucking Sylvie. You can't tell just because she changed her hair and she's wearing sunglasses, dog, that's Sylvie. She said that she knows. She said that everything, like, bro, I have never in all my life, I have never ran into somebody from like high school or some shit.
The most unaware motherfucker.
That didn't like, I didn't like pick up that's with them. You know, and of course they changed their hair, they grown, they got fatter, skinnier, or whatever. And you're still like, hey, that's you. You know what I mean? Like, bro, open your fucking eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Or ears.
My man thought he was gay. My man said, "Yo, I'm kind of attracted to this dude. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I feel weird about that. I don't know how to." I don't know how to feel about that. That's kind of weird.
Hey, bro, no homo, but you're kind of hot.
Yeah, no homo, man. But like you, yeah, I don't know. I get some type of effect off of you. That's fucking weird. But that shit made me laugh. But I'm like, bro. And then Sylvie, I'm like, please, Sylvie, just please fucking say something. But you know, all things in time.
Yeah, whatever.
All things in time. But I know why it's leading up to the big fuck moment, in my opinion. But yo, fuck this new chick though. Thoughts?
The masked chick?
Yeah, thoughts?
Yeah, I hate her. I hate you. Yeah, you know me. I hate that type.
Like yeah.
I'm too good for everything. I know everything.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know. Fuck her. Her whole thing is just I don't want to be here. Fuck everything.
Without even trying.
Without like I don't know. Was your life that great before?
She's like, oh, this world's fucking stuck because there's magic and fantasy shit. She's like, it's like I'm in a manga or some shit. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm like, you uppity little bitch. You get a chance. You could have just been dead, bitch.
You should just be dead. Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really? Shit drives. That shit tilts me, guys. I'm sorry, guys, but that shit tilts me.
I don't want to have to deal with that for like. That's what I'm talking about when I was saying the middle might get a little slow.
Yeah.
Because if we have to deal with that for like 4 or 5 episodes, I'm gonna be a little upset.
I feel as though I don't think that's going to be the case. I feel like they said it was going to be a give and take. I don't see Rudius really being up there a lot because she scares the shit out of him regardless. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're Japanese or any of that other stuff. It doesn't matter.
That was annoying too. The way she was just talking in Japanese the whole time, trying to just
exclude Sylvie.
Yeah. Like that was just fucking annoying.
Because she's like, she's one of those uppity bitches, bro. I don't like
just
that
fucking
shit.
Stupid.
Unless you're blonde with twin tails and you laugh like that, then you can be uppity and I'm good with it. But other than that, bro, no, negative. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like that bitch, and I like that she is associated with him. My man Rudy's got so scared when he saw her, bro. My man said,
yeah, no, like that was true fear. My man had an asthma attack, and he doesn't even have asthma.
True fear, man. And my man is no pussy, but that scared the shit out of him, bro. And I get it. I mean, you had a hole in your chest. So
yeah.
So I get it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It adds up. The math's there. Yeah.
Speaking about holes in chests, let's talk about your thing that you talked about. I said I'm going to back it up.
Oh, yeah.
About Rudius' power. So, when the demon guy came, and because they were his mating season, or whatever the fuck I guess that was. I guess that's what they were saying?
Everything in this show is about sex. So I don't fucking know.
I guess it was like mating season or some shit for like the animal people, or whatever the fuck it's called, the beast people.
Yeah.
And the guy shows up, and he's like, I'm here to challenge a duel. I'm here to challenge you to a duel. And first of all, it was funny that everybody else was challenging Rudius to get to the other chicks, and he's just decimating them, leaving them in mud and halfway in the ground and shit. That shit was funny. But the guy shows up, and Rudius is like, "Look, man." He's like, "Guys, like, oh, we ready to do this?" He's like, "Hey, I sent somebody to get my staff. Like, can you wait?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll wait. I'm good with that." He's like, "Oh," and then they tied it back together. "Hey, I know who are you associated with?" "Oh, my wife is the demon queen." "Oh, for real?"
Yeah.
"Oh, for real? Okay, bet." Yo, she gave me the demon eye.
It just so happened I met her in an alleyway.
Yeah, and she gave me the demon eye. He's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so you're that guy. I know. Yeah, she told me about you." She's like, "You also said you were pretty powerful, so this is definitely going to have to be a contest." And then that's when Rudy's like, "Look, bro, like, can we just do like a one-hit thing? Because I'm like, I can't fucking, there's no way I'm about to battle you. Because I don't know how strong you are, and you look kind of busted. You beat everybody else's ass." Rudy's underestimates himself in a lot of ways, in my opinion. Underconfident. But let's get into what you said. So you said, since episode like 5 or whatever, we haven't seen him do a king level spell, right? Because the one he did was like a storm.
Yeah.
With
We've
Roxy.
We've seen him do similar.
With Roxy.
I don't think necessarily to
it wasn't
that
an
level.
area AoE type shit, you know what I'm saying? But that spell was sick. It changed the whole fucking thing, right? Because Roxy did it first, and then she showed him to do it and stuff like that. So, okay. But it did show some of his power when he fought Old Boy. When he made the tank round, basically. A drill tank round, in essence. Because it started out small, then he made it like a tank round, then he put the swirl, then he put the spin on it, and then he did all that shit. Bro, I thought that guy was DED. I'm like, bro, you fucked up, dog. Because now you got to deal with some other shit. Everybody's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And he did it without casting. So he had the staff magnified his shit, and he was like, blah. And he made that. I was like, dude, okay, so he has progressed. Do you think that was a progression?
Yeah, but I don't like that it took 3 seasons to get there.
Oh.
And
who else would he use that on?
Fucking 50. I don't know, but there's shit like, that's my thing, is we've done so much, but I don't know. I feel like we haven't progressed from that first couple episodes in terms of power, or at least we just haven't seen it.
Okay.
I feel like they could have given a bunch of opportunities, but I don't know. There's just, like you said, there hasn't been anybody, but 3 seasons and we're still talking about the same shit we were season 1.
Okay.
In terms of him and women.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I understand.
It started with this bitch here. Well, it started with Roxy, Sylvie, and then this bitch started all the downfall, and then ever since then, it's been a harem of bitches that have been fucking him over. Not a harem, but
except for Sylvie.
But
because he got yeeted into the carriage that sent him to fucking.
Well, that was.
He was supposed to meet Sylvie,
then
they were going to go to school together, the magic school together.
Yes, but they got separated because of that shit.
Because Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Because Paul said he didn't need to be around her.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
That dumbass.
Yeah. And then they got and then teleportation shit happened.
But it just, I don't know, it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
You know. lot of the slower episodes, I feel like, have just been. I feel like it was more probably the first season that I felt like I was the most upset, probably just because of her, Eris. But
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it has progressed definitely. It's just I wish we'd seen a lot more of it. I wish that was the main focus, was his progression, because I feel like that hasn't been the focus.
Okay. So do you think it's gonna pick up after his dick gets fixed?
No, I don't think it'll pick up until. I don't know, because I feel like it should have picked up already, but I feel like at this rate they're just gonna keep focusing on these issues that are all related to him and women, because that's who he was before being isekai and all this other stuff. So
I don't know about that. I'd say he was a shut-in and he didn't have a social life. He wasn't.
He was a creep.
Yeah, he was a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that at all. He's definitely a creep. He might gets caught beating their meat during the family member's funeral. It's kind of wild.
They got a couple screws loose.
Yeah,
one or two.
Very wild. You know what I mean? Let's not forget that.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was just I feel like it could have. Like Fire, I always use Fire Force as an example
because it's fucking peak.
Yes, and because it's always what comes to mind. And I gotta come back to this at the end of this before we hop off. But like Fire Force, you saw the progression in abilities, and I know it's a completely different style anime. Like Fire Force is all about the action. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Jobless, it's more of the adventure aspect. But I feel like in one season we saw a significant increase in power through training, through adventuring, through traveling, and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
I've just seen a lot of bitches letting my boy down in Jobless.
So I have a question for you. Then. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about progression and not so much about story building, stuff like that. So my question to you would be, you've seen Jobless, and you've seen Grimmermore Fantasy Ash.
Yeah.
Okay? Grimmermore Fantasy Ash had a lot of conversation and talking and stuff,
but it showed character progression. It showed, well...
Except for the chick with the bow.
Except for the chick with the bow. That bitch was...
But I'm saying, there was a lot of talking and relationship building and stuff like that, because if their party couldn't trust each other and be on the same page, then they'd die. Because they already lost a healer.
Yeah.
So... like, where does that sit?
See, I enjoyed that more because with all that, there was still all the combat and everything that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And even though there was a lot of, like, conversation and stuff, I could have done without the relation. I can always do without the relation. I only really care about the action and the animation, to be honest, because that's what draws me to anime in the first place.
Yeah.
Because it's so unique and everything like that, and I don't feel like there's any other medium that you can see that. Okay. So when it gets taken up by stuff like this, it just bothers me.
Okay, I respect that.
Especially when, I don't know, when it gives you a glimpse of what it could be.
Okay.
So yeah, but Grimmermore Final Fantasy of Ash, or whatever the hell. That I don't know. It was just, like I said, there was just more action. It was like a complete team reset. Because
it was.
There was a true sense of nobody's safe.
Yeah.
Because you truly weren't.
Yeah.
And there was just significant... I felt like the bonds were significantly stronger through the combat and everything.
Okay. Then
not so much through just the adventuring.
Than it is with Jobless.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
I don't know. Jobless is more of like an intimate, like a relationship thing, whereas Grimmermore is more of like a survival and relationship like that. Besides those two.
Okay.
Those two, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I know. I know
the main guy and whatever.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just curious on that because you talk about that, but I know that you did like Grimgar, so yeah. I was just curious on what the differences were there. Okay.
Like, because I felt like you could see the progression of abilities and like it all just combined together and made sense.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like they did take a couple episodes of like not so much filler, but just story building, world building, and all that. Yeah. Backstories. I feel like there's just a lot more of that in Jobless. Not so much backstory now and all that because we've already been through there, but
right.
We're still getting a lot of that like slowdown and I want to call it character development, but my boy is still fucking
Depressed.
So
okay.
He hasn't developed past that in a while.
Okay.
And I don't know what it's going to take for that to happen.
So what did you give this season so far?
This season of Jobless?
So far.
Probably 6.5 so far.
Okay.
But I can see it getting better, but I can also see it getting worse.
I think this Sunday is really going to make a.
I think it's going to
break for we're going to see what's going on.
I think it's going to be a good one this week though.
Yeah.
Just because of where they left off. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it could go up.
I'm going to give it a 7.5 this season.
That's what last season was, probably 7.5 for me.
I'm going to give it a 7.5 this season. Like I said, it's not that I don't like it. I just feel like some of the stuff there are some a little bit unnecessary stuff. I like the stuff that it does address the most. I like that's what's giving it so high for me. Is I like the stuff that it's addressing. Yeah. Whether there's women watching it and actually making the connection, or anybody else making the connection, probably not. But for me, I made the connection and I like that. So yeah, I'd give it about 7.5 this season. Yeah. So I don't know where we are with time.
I don't know either, but I do have one thing to say.
Yeah.
One thing about anime that's starting to really bother me.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, bro. Let the people know, bro.
I'm pretty sure I've already said this before. Bless you.
Thank you. Let the people know, bro.
And I know I've said this before in some capacity, but one thing that really bothers me about anime is we have shit like Shield Hero that's getting another season. Oh, right? Yes, but we still have...
They're advertising the shit out of it.
We have incredible animes that... I'm going to use... Like, I always go back to Fire Force. Where the fuck is our third season of Fire Force?
I don't know, man. I've been looking for it too. So if you find it, let me know.
I'm not I can't. Shield Hero's dog shit dookie cheeks.
It is right now. And like I said, remember, and I said, and I'm sticking by my word. I'm not watching it when it comes out. I'm gonna wait for it to completely finish, and then I'll watch all the episodes and I'll give it down a review.
I always get so sad watching anime because all the stuff that I end up liking never gets continued. Like Roka the Sixth Brave, stuff like that. All the really fun ones that just so that hit this niche.
Where's my World Trigger season?
World Trigger. Oh, well, that I don't know. We've been told things are coming that really aren't coming.
Where's Goblin Slayer?
Yeah, that like oh my gosh.
Where's Tower of God?
There's cool concepts that I feel like could just. So much could be done with them, and then it just stops. And some of it, you got to wait on the manga to be written. But
people that watch me suffer. Yeah, I don't want to read the manga. I want to watch it with the boys. Either.
I want to see the animation. I want to hear the sound.
Yeah, sounds. Yeah,
it's just all of that, and I get dog shit in stuff like this that continues on. And it's not that I'm not trying to say it's bad, but all the animes that I tend to enjoy seem to get just discontinued pretty quickly, and I feel like they're the ones that have the best story and the best like.
You know why that is, bro? You know why that is?
I don't.
Because we don't watch fucking straight shonens. That's why we don't watch straight shonens, dog. We don't watch the Shonen Jump animes, bro.
Demon Slayer's the only one that really took off. That's like continued on.
We don't watch the Shonen Jump animes, bro. I'm not watching Bleach right now. I'm not watching Bleach. You're not watching Bleach. Yeah. I'm not watching One Piece. You're not watching One Piece. I'm not watching Boruto. You're not watching Boruto. You see what I'm saying? We're not watching the fucking shonens. That's the thing. And some people are just like, you've been to the anime conventions with me for fucking 5 years. There's people that only know fucking shonen anime. They don't know anything else about any other. They don't give anything else a try.
Every year we got the fucking basketball anime. What's that called?
Crocono no basketball.
That fucking thing. I see a million fucking people dressed up as like, where's my fucking Fire Force?
Could be us this year. No. Yes.
Maybe.
Possibly.
We'll see.
Well, because we're gonna have to adjust the trip for the thing.
Well,
so.
we
could do Fire Force. I'm not doing orange jumpsuit. I'm doing full suit. I want the fucking.
Oh yeah. No.
I want the neon thing.
Yeah, you dress up in an orange jumpsuit, you got different problems.
Right. Maybe we can get Mrs. Hugo to be Iris.
Honestly, that'd be hey Loudtone.
Loudtone, right? Maybe we can get her to be Iris.
Loudtone. But yeah, I don't know. That's my thing about anime right now is I want to watch it as much as I can, but all the stuff I want to watch isn't continued. Yeah. They're just not making it.
So, I guess we'll do another episode and we'll talk about Zom.
That one I'm enjoying a little bit as well. I know there's some things in there that I don't normally like, but that one's I would call it unique again. I don't know.
Zom 100's unique.
Yeah, we like unique.
It's unique.
Things.
It's unique, like, bro. I've never seen a take on a zombie anime like this before.
I haven't seen.
Most of them have like we've said, tropey.
Tropey, yeah.
High School of the Dead with big ass titty guys with a whole bunch of chicks and trying to survive the zombie shit like that. But this one's been very good, dude.
Yeah,
this one's
a little bit of that, but not nearly as much.
I mean, I guess, but
not
nearly.
No. It's more about the survival aspect of it, and the living life aspect.
You like survival aspect.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it completely accurate, but either way.
But yeah, I like it. We'll talk about another episode with that, guys. We'll talk about that. So here's how this is gonna work from now on. So from now on, there will be the audio you're listening to right now will continue to be audio, and the YouTube will be audio from now on as well. If you go to our Patreon, right, the Patreon will have the video where you guys can see us hanging out and talking and see what the figure of the episode is and stuff like that. We'll be doing giveaways and stuff like that. All the video and stuff will be on the Patreon. All audio will just be audio. So that's how it's going to go in the future.
We'll have a couple other things in there for you.
Mm-hmm. Some figure giveaways and stuff like that.
A whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, for now that's what we're going to do.
Just seems better that way. Yeah, it's easier for uploading.
Yeah, a little bit easier. We can get it out a little bit quicker, a little bit more consistently. So
yeah, definitely. It's definitely easier for editing purposes. But all right, well, I mean, we'll talk about Zom in another episode then, I guess.
Yep, they'll have another episode out by then, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about we'll do Zom and gaming, some gaming news next episode.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of.
So I'm gonna talk about Trash Field.
I was gonna say
because I'm gonna trigger some people. I'm gonna talk about Armored Core.
I don't think you're gonna trigger a lot of people with Trash Field.
I'm gonna talk about the glory that is Baldur's Gate 3 game of the year for me.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh fuck! I can't say that. It's hard.
Tell me why people are still saying Hogwarts Legacy's game of the year.
Bro, it's so hard, bro. It's got to be top two. Like Baldur's Gate 1 is number 1 game of the year for me, and then after that has to be Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts might drop to 3 for me. We'll see.
What's 2?
Hey, we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll have to talk about it.
Oh, shit.
We'll see.
Oh, shit, guys. You hear that? Wow.
I did hear there might be a Hogwarts 2 in development already.
Ooh, I heard that, too. I heard there's Quidditch in the game now.
In Hogwarts Legacy?
Mm-hmm.
For PC?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was told that wasn't coming.
I heard it's in the game. I haven't logged in. I haven't logged in to verify.
Well, if that's the case, that might change the seating a little bit again. We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. Share the podcast with a friend that likes anime. Whether you agree with us or disagree with us, that's the beauty of this podcast is we're open to opinion, and we're not closed-minded to think that we're always right or our opinions are always right. Unless your name is Danny, in which that case my opinion is always right. But without further ado, man, we appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for listening. Peace.